Monday night, the Atlanta Hawks took on the Washington Wizards in what is the very first back-to-back for the Atlanta Hawks. But I really feel as though the Hawks are down with a next man up mentality. I think they definitely feel as though there is a next man up mentality because we've been losing some players to some injuries, and we're going to get into it because we've all gone through whether or not somebody's going to leave, whether they're going to stay, how the team is going to shape up towards the end of the year. But as of right now, we need to get down to business in regards to the injuries that have been plaguing the Atlanta Hawks. But before we go any further, I want to make sure I stop and say, hey, my name is Walter Pollard. Welcome to Atlanta Hawks Digest. I'm going to give you guys all of the information in regards to all of the injuries. And then we're going to talk about this back-to-back, preview tomorrow night's game, and actually, not tomorrow night's game, tonight's game at 7 o'clock in Washington. And we're going to review the last game that went down, of course, here in Atlanta versus the Washington Wizards. I like these little back-to-backs. You know, you play a team right back-to-back. You know, I think the Atlanta Hawks can possibly get the win in Washington tonight at 7 o'clock, so make sure that you guys tune in. But we got to talk about the first game that went down in Atlanta versus the Washington Wizards. And, of course, this was the very first back-to-back for the Hawks. We did get a chance to see Larry Nance for the first time. And if you were listening to the show prior, I did talk about the fact that Larry Nance hadn't played throughout the season so far. I know it's early, but we hadn't seen him yet, though we had expectations to see him getting some type of minutes off of the bench. But we did get a chance to see him finally, so should we take him off the list of potential trades or potential people that will be traded? No. But the fact that we have seen him and he's starting to give production for the Hawks, super, super excited, super cool. Also want to talk about the injuries that have been going on, like DeAndre Hunter and Bogdan Bogdanović. They were sidelined for that game on Monday night. Bogdanović due to hamstring tendinopathy. And then, of course, Hunter, he had some knee inflammation. So those two were out. Then you got Onyeka Okongwu, Kobe Buffkin, and you had Cody Zeller, who is unfortunately not with the team. And we hope that he does get back with the team as soon as possible. But with all that being said, all these guys that are injured, they still had to play the game. And you know, we do oftentimes lean on Trae Young to get things started when, you know, we have some of these injuries. You know, DeAndre Hunter, who is a starter, you know, unfortunately he was out. And so we did get to see Zaccharie Risacher in what was his third start of the season so far. So super kudos to him. But again, we do lean on Trae Young to get the offense rolling, and that he did for this game. He did get the offense rolling, so I'm super excited about that. But he only ended the night with 14 points, 1 assist, 1 block. And on the other hand, Trae did try to affect the ball on the other end of the ball, okay? You know, under the ends or stuff like that. He did get 13 assists and 8 rebounds. So major shouts out to Trae Young. But we also got to talk about seeing Zaccharie Risacher and Alex Sarr, number 1 and number 2 in the draft earlier this year. If you guys did see the draft, many people were expecting the Atlanta Hawks to pick up Alex Sarr, but we did not. We went with Zaccharie Risacher. And I also want to point out that, you know, maybe the Atlanta fans are pretty excited that we don't have to deal with Alex Sarr, you know. And I want you guys to see this clip really quickly, how, again, just it looks like Ben Simmons all over again. You know, he's right up under the basket and he can't put the ball in. And that is just how we have seen this. This is only the first matchup. Of course, there's another matchup tonight. So who's to say? But unfortunately, you know, with all of the people looking at these two guys, we're expecting to see certain things, but we didn't get that. We just didn't get that. Both of those guys struggled shooting the ball, of course. Alex Sarr, he only went, 1 for 5 from 3. Zaccharie Risacher only went 1 for 4 from 3-pointers. Zaccharie Risacher ended the night with only 4 points. He was 1 for 8 with field goals, not free throws. And Alex Sarr was actually 3 for 11 as far as field goals is concerned. So as you can see, these guys didn't necessarily wow anyone with their offensive production. I do want to point out that Zaccharie Risacher has or is trying to affect the ball. If he's not able to do it offensively and just by scoring, he can do it in other ways as well by affecting the ball in other ways. I think he actually ended the night with 26 minutes played, 4 points, but he did, you know, try to affect the ball in other ways. But I also want to point out the big man of the night, which we are excited to see, which was Jalen Johnson. He had 29 points. 29 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Super big night for him. Of course, with all of the different injuries that the Atlanta Hawks had to deal with, he was able to step up and be that guy. Yes, we had this back-to-back. So with all of that being said, the Atlanta Hawks still had an opportunity to win the game in the end. They were down by only 2 points. Trae Young, bringing the ball up court. With the last second shot, tried to get the guy on the pump fake, but unfortunately, things just didn't pan out for the Hawks. And that just is what it is. We end up losing the game, 121 to 119 to the Washington Wizards. We will see them again tonight at 7 o'clock. I want to point that out again. We will see them tonight at 7 o'clock in Washington. So the Hawks will get a chance to get some get back, with these guys. Now, as I have mentioned, the Atlanta Hawks, they have had some injuries to some key players. The Hawks have added their existing list to the unfortunate growing list of people that have been injured for the Atlanta Hawks. I want to point this out. You got Bogdan Bogdanović. This is before the game on Monday. Bogdanović, hamstring tendinopathy. Kobe Buffkin, right shoulder. DeAndre Hunter, right knee inflammation. They're monitoring it. He has the ability to play, but I can understand them giving him load management to make sure that he can last the season with this right toe injury. Yes, yeah. No, I'm sorry, with knee inflammation. Onyeka Okongwu is the one that is being managed with his left big toe. And then you got Cody Zeller, who is not with the team. So after Monday night's game, you got Bogdanović with a hamstring. Oh, let me pull this up really quickly because I think you guys could understand how, these things do happen. Bogdanović, he's going to be out for another 4 weeks with his hamstring tendinopathy. So they're going to follow up on this. And this is from the Atlanta Hawks page on their Twitter. And this from Emory Healthcare posting this. You also got Kobe Buffkin, right shoulder. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. Dyson Daniels, he actually got injured in Monday night's game versus Washington. He has a right hip flexor strain. So, he's day-to-day right now. We don't know if he's, can play tonight. If he could, it'd be great, but he's day-to-day. We also got Vit Krajewski, right abductor strain, and he's going to be out for 2 weeks. And then Onyeka Okongwu, again, he's been upgraded to questionable, as well as DeAndre Hunter. He's been questionable as well, with right knee inflammation for DeAndre Hunter, and Onyeka Okongwu with the left big toe. So with all of that being said, the injuries have been an issue for the Atlanta Hawks, but it does seem that they're trying to manage getting through it. I want to know from you all in the comments, how would you address this situation with all of these injuries? And, I do feel as though there's a chance that we could get Onyeka Okongwu back. And if we can't get him back in a timely manner, we definitely got Larry Nance and Clint Capela that can definitely come in and service the offense, as well as make some effectiveness on the boards, getting the ball, rebounding it on the defensive end or on the offensive end. And then with DeAndre Hunter, we do appreciate that Zaccharie Risacher did get some starts. And I want to point something out really quickly, because there was something that, I saw about Zaccharie Risacher. And I spoke about it earlier, and this is from Wesley Morton. And he had said on Zaccharie Risacher, just talking about how he has been starting for the Hawks, how he's been getting extended minutes and, having to fulfill a role due to the fact that there's been a lot of players injured. And he basically said, for me, Risacher just needs to display confidence and effort and stay healthy for this season to be a success. There's no need for him to go out and prove he's on par with that of other number one picks throughout the years. Just play his role and fit in. If he can give the Hawks 60 plus appearances in effect, 12 points a night, 35% shooting from three, and then contribute in other little things, areas like rebounding, team defense, it'll be a big win to find the perfect complement for Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. So I do feel as though there could be a chance that there's an upside to all of this. And then when we get the guys back, like DeAndre Hunter, like Kobe Buffkin, who is supposed to play second to Trae Young, like a Bogdanović, who is a sharpshooter from three. When we get these guys back, I can see the Atlanta Hawks improving their record and possibly getting better as time goes along. But don't just take my word for it. Definitely leave me a comment leave me a comment in the comments and we can talk about it, because tonight definitely there's a game in Washington versus Washington. Well, of course, in Washington at 7 o'clock. So make sure that you guys watch and stay tuned here, because I'm definitely going to give you guys some more updates as time goes along. All right. So peace out.